Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten here, bringing you part 6 of our walkthrough for the Haunting of Castle Malloy. So we just found some interesting things in this secret passageway in the fireplace here. We need to go outside to kind of work on those. Let's maybe check in with Kyla real quick and see if we can give her any more information.
You have a lead?
I'll catch you later.
Good luck.
And we cannot, so we will go outside, and we're going to go over to the bog area. Because one of the things that we found in the secret room behind the fireplace actually looks very similar to something that we found near the bog. So, Nancy, let's wander over... Oop, don't wander into a wall. Let's wander over this way. The bog is in the lower left corner of the game, right here, actually. So, if we were to put down one of these wooden planks, that would allow Nancy to cross more safely into the bog area. And when we do that, we see this little cairn here. And when we were in the secret passageway, we saw this kind of directions. This means we're on the trail. This means go forward 1. This means go right 2, left 3, down 1. So forward is just with the rock on top, down is with the rock in front, and then right and left. And how many rocks there are tells us what to do. So if we follow these directions, we need to go forward 1. Here we need to go to the right 1. Here we need to go forward 2 spaces. 1, 2. This is a lot like the puzzle in Legend of the Crystal Skull, where Nancy has to follow the directions of the shovel, the hand shovel, Charlie Wicker's shovel. 2 to the right, 1, 2. If you do this wrong, you will fall in the bog, and you will not be able to get out of the bog. There's obviously a second chance, though, so... it's not that dire of a situation. Oh, okay, we need to go 4 to the right. 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we need to go down 2. 1, 2. To the left 2. 1, 2. And now we need to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. We need to go to the left 2. 1, 2. And then forward 1. To the left 1. Forward 2. 1, 2. To the right 1. This is a long pathway. 1, 2. Are we there yet? Forward 2. I feel like this is taking longer than it usually does. What have we found? A creepy little hut with a full moon in the background. What is this? Ooh, mysterious hut. Can we snoop around in the hut? We got a bunch of baskets here. What's in this one? What on earth is that? Okay, we'll take that. Let's see, what's at this desk over here?
Looks like I need a key.
It's locked. It's locked, Nancy. We have some sort of puzzle pattern that looks like it goes with the dollhouse. We're out of wool. Let's see. This sheep looks like it's about to be a doll, but it's missing wool. I wonder if we can get wool somehow. Let's see. Nothing else we can look at there. Ew! Ew! There's something in there, though. Is there a way we can get those? What's this? Looks like a bunch of, like, herbs and stuff. Wormwood, feverfew, thyme, all very, classic herbs. Herbs and remedies. Sage, a dried herb that should always be kept on hand. Moonwort comes up infrequently in the paddock grounds. Lavender by the base of the stones that reach toward the sky. Wood anemone flowers in the woodlands in spring. Heather lines the peat to the south. Marsh marigold blooms by the river's edge in early summer. Lady fern graces the woodland paths, larkspur marking an end to the road less traveled. Rose, no garden is complete without at least one bush. Yarrow brightens the ring where the good people gather. Vervain welcomes all who enter the land of Malloy. Foxglove loves the rich humus soil of the marshy peat. Remedies to ward against disease: tie a bunch of mint round thy wrist. I'll have to do that next time I get a cold. Bugbane, to get rid of insect infestations. Ooh, this could be helpful. Mix together equal parts of tansy, pennyroyal, wormwood, thyme, and catnip and place in infested area. There's a charm for safety. There's a charm to attack bees. To summon a banshee. And it's torn out. Did somebody summon a banshee and that's why crazy things are going on? I need to get my... I'm going to pull my... Sorry if you guys can hear that. I'm pulling my detective notebook out of my desk here so I can remember the bugbane to get rid of insect infestations. I can talk. I can do this. Okay, where is it? Here we go. All right. So, if I want to get rid of insect infestations, I need equal parts of tansy, which is this one. This is just like making tea in Danger by Design. Pennyroyal. The herbs look exactly the same too. Wormwood. Thyme. And catnip. And then place in infested area. Okay, we'll mix all that together and we have this gross little ball of herbs. Let's get rid of these bugs. Nancy just poofs it at them. Okay, and we got this magnifying glass thing. Very interesting indeed. Can we look at anything on this side? Can we look at the fire or something? Because there's totally stuff over here. There's this cool cauldron that looks very similar to the cauldron from Curse of Blackmore Manor, really. Where Nancy used to do alchemy. Maybe it's just because it's old looking. Well, I'm guessing that is it for there. Let's now head out. And if Nancy continues to walk along this pathway, or basically in this general direction, she will eventually find herself near these crosses here. And if you look at these holes, they look exactly like the magnifying glass that we just found. So the 1845 hole, if we look through it, we see this squiggly line. And it's like, okay, squiggly line, cool, cool. What if we go to this middle one that says 1916? We look through it and we see kind of this diamond with a sharp squiggly line. Back away from this one, and we go to this cross that says 1801. Look through it, and we have this triangle with kind of this, it looks like a water symbol, I think. So mark down the years and the symbols that you saw, and if we wander over this way to where we were looking with that little magnifying glass, we will find a partition in the wall right here with all of the symbols on it. The first one is, or the earliest year is 1801, which was kind of this watery sign. So if I click that, here it is. And then our second one is 1845. And then lastly 1916, which was this symbol here. Ooh. We did it! We figured out the secret code to unveil this whole area that we have not yet explored. Oh, with sheep! Come back, sheep! Oh, I love the sheep in this game. They are so cute. So cute. Alright, so up here we have a nice little, oh, cool. Found a gear hanging on the, wind chimes. We have this cool shearing hut where you can shear sheep. If we go over here, we can see that there's no wool. And And if we look at this, there's a bunch of instructions for when a sheep enters the station. And then it'll tell you, give you a code that we have to use to figure out the right cut for the sheep. So that's a thing that we'll need to do eventually. But we can't do it just yet because there's no sheep. They're all running around. They're free little sheep. Careful not to walk off the edge. That is a thing that you can do. You can walk right off the cliff and into the water. Hopefully that's not what happened to Matt. But there are some... Ooh, see, I almost did it. I almost walked right off the cliff. There are some other areas that we can explore around here. If we follow the paths, they'll get you to the places that you need to go. This just brings us to the edge of the forest. What's this? An old tree? Kit Foley, property developer. Condo Unit A, Condo Unit B, parking lot, golf course starts here. Look into permits for diverting river. Is he trying to figure out how to build condos on the Castle Malloy property? That's a little sketchy. Oh! Hello. Scary birdie. How are you? Is there anything else we can look at around here? Doesn't look like it. Nothing else we can see. Let's follow the path. Hi, sheep. Hello, sheepy sheeps. Sheepy sheeps. Okay, let's try this path. Oh, what do we have here? We have trees. Oh, and a comment. Did you see that passing by? That's very interesting. Yeah. Trees, constellations. We don't really know what we can do here yet. Very cool. So we found this whole new area to explore. Let's go maybe talk to Kit about the drawing we saw, and maybe talk to Kyler, and then we haven't talked to Denal in a while, so we better head down that way as well. We'll just talk to all our nice little suspects. Always a good time chatting with suspects. Hey, you!
What's going on?
I found the sketch you did on the ground outside. What's it for?
What, that? I was just messing around. See, I'm into real estate, and whenever I see an interesting tract of land, I like to sketch out how I'd develop it. Just to, you know, keep the juices flowing. It doesn't mean anything. I was just doodling.
Great, so it's okay if I keep this.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Well, now you sound skeptical, but if you were just doodling, I mean...
Have you ever been to the little hut that's in the middle of the bog?
No. Don't tell me you've been traipsing through the bog. Are you nuts? That stuff's like quicksand.
Did Matt ever try to cross the bog?
The only thing Denal ever said that made sense to Matt was, stay away from the bog. And he did. And you'd be well advised to do the same.
Time for me to scoot.
See ya.
Interesting. So Matt probably didn't fall into the bog. One would hope. And Kit says he's just doodling. But is he? Everyone is a suspect, Kit.
You have a lead?
Mostly I have a question. Do you know anything about this sketch? I found it outside.
It looks like a drawing for some kind of housing development, for the land the castle sits on.
Apparently Kit did them. Did you ask him to?
No, and I seriously doubt Matt did either. Kit must have done those on his own. The question is, why? Anyway, I thought of something else you can do for me. Since there's a possibility, however remote, that there are forces at work around here that none of us completely understands, I think it only prudent to do what I can to counteract them. To that end, I would like to include these herbs and flowers in my wedding bouquets. According to Irish lore, each of them is believed to be associated with things I could use a little more of right now. If you could pick them for me and put them in that vase over there, that would be wonderful. Here's a basket. This, of course, means that in spite of whatever it was I saw in the nursery, I still believe there will indeed be a wedding, because no matter who or what took Matt, you're going to find him, Nancy. I have to believe that. Please don't let me down.
I'm gonna go play detective now.
Good luck.
All right, so Kyler wants us to find some flowers for her because she's feeling a little bit superstitious, which is totally fine. I mean, there's a lot of remedies that may not have scientific or medical evidence to support them, but a lot of the times they work just because of the psychological power. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's find these things for Kyler to put her mind at ease. I think in the garden, oh, here we go. Oh, no, wait. That's just the, no, not those flowers. In the garden, I believe there's roses. Yeah, here we go. Roses, which she wanted. We also need larkspur, lavender, yarrow, vervain, and sage. Sage we can get from the bog hut. I'm not sure where on earth she thinks we're going to get that otherwise. Nice little well. Basically for this flower puzzle, if you just follow the pathways, it will bring you to a lot of different places that will probably have the flowers you're looking for. For example, I think, is this yarrow? Yeah, that's yarrow. For courage. Let's go... Any area that you can click on when you're following these pathways, any area that lights up in blue is an area you'll want to check. Because there could be a flower. I don't think these ones have flowers, though. Nope, no flowers. If we go down to the bog, though, we can get some sage. To the bog we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we are. Foxglove, I think, is that one. Yep, that's foxglove. Okay, let's go get some sage for wisdom. I'm so glad we don't have to do that bog puzzle again. That would be way too much. Be a wee bit tedious. Let's see. I believe, was this one sage? This one. That's the only one we can grab. We'll just steal it from whoever this is. They won't notice. Now we need vervain, lavender, and larkspur. Vervain, lavender, and larkspur. I love the names of old herbs, or like herbs and flowers that have been around for such a long time that they have those just traditional sounding names. I think just the feeling of them that they give me is just really exciting. Because, you know, people way back when used to use the same flowers and herbs that we still plant and use today. And I think just that idea of continuity, I just love that. When you can stand in the same place that someone historical stood in or something like that. I think that's just really cool. And you can absorb that energy. Love it. No flowers here, but I believe if we go down this pathway, and if we look at the base of these stones... Banshee! Banshee! If we look at the bases of these stones, one of them has, I think that's lavender. Is it lavender? Yes, it is. So now we just need larkspur and vervain. I don't know, were there any flowers at that big old tree that we saw? Hi, sheepy! Sheep are so cute. Sheep are my favorite farm animal. They're just so fluffy. And I like fluffy things. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say that I think this leads to the right path. Doesn't look like anything there. Me. Me. I don't think there's anything up here that would have the flowers. I know there's some at the very entrance of the castle grounds. I know there's some there. Bah. Excuse me. Here we go over the bridge. Over the river and through the bridge. And if we go over to this side, there we go. That's probably, what, vervain? Yep, vervain. And now we need larkspur, which I believe is at the end of the road if we go down here. Wandering down the road to get some larkspur flower. There we go. Oh, those are pretty. I love those. Looks like we've got everything that Kyler wanted. We best bring it back to her. She will be so happy, so pleased. I think that last flower was probably my favorite out of all of them. Purple's my favorite color, so I definitely like purple flowers. But just the vibrancy of it and the delicacy, because they were such little blooms. That was so cute. What's your favorite flower? Leave it in the comments down below. I'd be curious to hear. Okay, let's go bring this to... Oh, is Kit gone? Kit's gone. We can snoop through his stuff. What's under here? It's Matt's luggage. And it has a sticker on it that looks vaguely familiar. It has like a mountain. That's probably from another game, I would guess, but I can't quite tell which one. Okay, so Kit is hiding Matt's luggage. That's not good. Why would he be hiding it? That's so weird.
Those were just some sketches I made because I was bored. I do that all the time. I'm not after your property.
Then what are you after?
Nothing.
Then why are you trying to tell me there's not going to be a wedding?
Because Matt is gone.
Matt would never walk out on me. Never.
He still loves you, Kyler, but he's not ready to get married, and he just didn't know how to tell you.
Oh, so he told you to tell me. Or was his leaving your idea? Would you tell him, Kit, that I still have feelings for you, that it isn't over between us? Because it is. You know that, don't you? It is most definitely over. You've always been good at keeping your
I better not go in there.
Well, we could. I mean, knock on the door and just go in. Okay, one way to avoid that, we can just go into this room here, and that will cause Kit to leave. Now that they're done arguing.
You've picked all the flowers?
Yep,
Go ahead and put them in that vase.
there you go.
Splendid. Anything else to report?
I found Matt's luggage hidden behind the cots downstairs by Kit's things.
How did it get down there?
It kind of looked like Kit was hiding it.
Oh, don't be silly. Why would Kit do a thing like that? Well, anyway, that's a good thing. It means Matt's still around here, just as I've been saying all along. Anything else to report?
I'd better get to work.
Keep me posted.
Alright, so I think that is good for this episode, so I'll leave it right here. Thank you so much for watching, fellow detectives. I will see you soon.